Hello, hello, and welcome to another special edition of This is Mappa. I'm Stel. I've got Thassos here. Thassos, how you doing, Philo?
Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Nearly.
Well,
2
yeah. I
days.
mean, we're almost there. You know, we've got the Christmas jumpers out. There you go.
Yeah, see? Well,
Exactly.
Only our guest doesn't have, but that's okay. He doesn't
It's
have
okay.
to.
He wasn't
It's
prepared.
okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Lovely, lovely. So our guest, as you can see, very handsome, guapo, very handsome fella, was a assistant coach at AEK Larnaca, and Apollon also played for AEK. It's Miki Massana. Miki, thank you for joining us, amigo. How are you? ¿Cómo está?
Hello, all fine, good, all good. Sekala.
Yeah.
And
He's
first
learned
of
Greek.
all, I want to say thank you for the invitation.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Thank you for coming.
I appreciate a lot that thinking about me, and that's it. Then I want to say to you and all the people that are listening us that my English is low because it's my first time that I am doing a podcast or interview, but I try to do as well as possible. Okay, but apologize for my English.
Miki, it's okay. Your English is brilliant. Your English is better than my Spanish, so that's okay.
Yeah, I can confirm.
Look at this. See, already, Miki, this guy is giving me problems all the time. This guy giving me problems. Okay, Malagia.
Yeah, exactly.
Lovely. Okay, so Miki, let's start from the beginning. When you were a footballer, when you were playing football in Spain, can you talk to us about your career in Spain as a footballer?
Yeah, my career in Spain was in second division B. Okay, and then when Xavi ROCA went to AEK Larnaca, we offered the possibility to go there with him, and in AEK I lived the best experience as a footballer, as a professional footballer. Was only 1 year, but was amazing. Was amazing year. All the things, the results, the performance of the team. The record of this season is amazing. And then I come back to Spain, but I had problems in my back, so I retired very young. When I was 28 years old. But I like too much this sport. I like too much football, and I started my career as a coach here in Spain in youth league. And then David give me the opportunity to go with him, and that's it. More or less is this.
Lovely. So when you were a child growing up, which players did you idolize? Which players did you like? Because I'm nearly your age, but I remember Raúl and Zubizarreta, all these other players from the Spanish national team. Which players did you grow up idolizing?
In my, I all the time I followed the Barca's team, but when I was child, Barca was not in the top level. The top level became then with Pep Guardiola, and this team was amazing, and I like too much Andrés Iniesta in this time. I love this football, this mentality, how he understands the game. Andrés Iniesta was my favorite player in this time.
He's one of the best. I remember growing up watching Barcelona in 1992 when they won the Champions League against Sampdoria, when Ronald Koeman scored the free kick. And that was a very good team. The year before, I think they got to the Cup Winners' Cup final against Manchester United and lost that game. But Johan Cruyff was a big influence in Barcelona, but also Spanish football. Was he somewhat of an influence for you and Mr. CATALA?
Yes, of course. We learn it here in academies in coaches academies here, and of course this influence is like is our ideas, our mentality, our style, our philosophy is similar. Okay, the football all the time is evolution, but yes, the main ideas, the main thing is from Johan. Yes.
Who would you say is the best Spanish coach ever? Because obviously Guardiola is very good, but you got Del Bosque that did so well, you know, and there's many Spanish coaches. Okay, Luis Enrique hasn't done too well for the national team, but again, he's still a very good coach. So is there one coach that is up there for Spanish coaches, you think?
Yes, there are a lot of good Spanish coaches. Of course, Pep is the last 10 years the best, of course. But here in Spain, the level is very high. It's very high. But okay, I like too much Pep Guardiola. Now in this time that Jurgen Klopp, Ancelotti, but finally, if you sense the game like more or less Guardiola, this style, this kind of playing is Guardiola. Yes.
I remember again when I was growing up seeing coaches like Camacho and Aragones. You know, Aragones.
It's another style. It's another style.
Yeah. Very good. So let's talk about your time in Cyprus then at AEK Larnaca as a footballer. When you went from Spain to Cyprus, first of all, did you know much about the Cypriot League? And also, when you joined AEK, were you surprised with the quality of football in Cyprus?
Yes, of course. Yes. A great surprise. And every year, the level is growing up. The level of the Cyprus League is growing up because there are more teams that investing money, and there is the level is growing up. But yes, when I was as a player, I don't know, I didn't know the level, but yes, I surprised the level of the league, the players that in this moment had, and yes.
Thassos, do you want to ask some questions?
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, I might as well jump in because I've noticed in your history, at least on Transfer Market, it says that you were at Niki Volu as well for 6 months in Greece.
Yes, but my experience in Niki Volos was not good because I had problems with the president, with the team, and was not good. Was not professional. Was not seriously.
That was kind of going to be my question: is what kind of differences you saw between the two leagues? Because personally, my personal opinion is this Cypriot League is a lot better than the Greek League in general. Even though the Greek leagues have Olympiakos and Panathinaikos, kind of, and maybe AEK. But kind of after that, the level kind of drops off very quickly, in my opinion. And it was more to ask you your opinion, but you seem to have already stated, I think.
okay, the level of Greece, I think that is high as well. But I think that every year the level between the both leagues, the Greek league and Cyprus league, is less. And we can see in Europe these last years that the Cyprus teams are competing very well, and I think that yes, the level is every year less. The difference.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, did you like quality of not necessarily quality of football, but the type of football that they play in each league? Did you notice any differences in how the style of football that's played as a player?
As a player, no, not too much, because the mentalities, the cultures are similar, but the style, yes, I think that the style of one team is the coach, that the responsibility is the coach. If the coach knows his identity and put in the team, these teams have the ID, the identity, the philosophy, the style. Okay, if the coach has not one clear style, is chaotic. It's more chaotic. It's more, more free. But no, the difference. It's similar.
Okay. All right. And kind of the question, kind of going back, you were talking about your retirement due to the back issues you were having. Did you always have the thought to go into coaching once you'd finished your career? So did you go through all your coaching badges?
Yeah. When I was player, I studied in the university as a teacher. Okay, and when I finished my career in the university, then when I was 22 years old, I started to learn as a coach, because I was a kind of player that all the time I'm thinking about the game. I'm interested about how the coaches trainings, how the coaching preparing the game plan, all these things interesting me a lot of years ago, and I started to study my career as a coach very young. Yes.
Oh, it's great stuff. No, because obviously there's a lot of players while they're playing, at least from what we've seen, kind of just think about the moment rather than thinking about the future. Whereas I think when we were interviewing Joel Mal last week, he was saying kind of the same thing. He's already thinking about where he's going with his career, kind of once he stops playing. So I think it's good to see a lot more players kind of looking at that a lot earlier in their careers.
Yes, it's very important. Even to when you are a player, even to disconnect to the football, it's good to study something, because if not, it's very difficult to disconnect, and it's good to take time in another things, because the players is a lot of pressure, is a lot of things, and it's good as well.
Oh yeah, no, thank you. Moving on to the pressure, so kind of going from the youth coaching you were talking about to kind of moving on to as an assistant to David CATALA, kind of the change in the pressure from being a player to being a manager, what are the differences between the two?
Oh, a lot. when you are player, only thinking about you, about the person, and that's it. And when you are coach, you have to think in all the dressing room, all the people, the context, the board, the fans, the media, all these things, and it's very difficult. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. For this reason, it's important that one head coach had persons in his staff to help him to manage all these things, because if not, the coach can become crazy. And I say always the same, that my first target with David is that David feels as less as possible alone, because the coach many times feels alone, because and this is hard. And this was my first target as a system coach or as a right hand.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Change a lot.
Yeah. No, I can imagine. Like, so kind of talking about Ike and what you and David were trying to achieve there. Is kind of, I was thinking about kind of the language that the training might take place in, because obviously in Ike with XAVI ROCA having kind of signing a lot of predominantly Spanish players, whether the Catalan, Basque, or Galician, or wherever. So obviously there's quite a lot of Spanish-speaking players in the dressing room, regardless of the season. Kind of, how do you manage that in training? Because obviously you've got, whilst you have a lot of Spanish-speaking players, you also have a lot of players there that don't necessarily know Spanish. Is training taken in both languages? Is it taken only in English? How do you give individual instructions? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, the manage of dressing room of Ike was very easy. Was very easy because the big group was Spanish players, but in the trainings, in all the situations, our communication was in English. But of course, when you speak with the other Spanish player, you speak with our language, because it's more easy and you can explain better that you want. But yes, the communication was in English and was easy, very easy.
Good. I think obviously, for the success of a team, the communication is very key. Otherwise you can't give without the instructions to get them to do what you want them to do. So that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, have you got any more questions, Stel, before we move on to Apollon stuff?
Miki, when we mentioned XAVI ROCA and he had 4 years at AEK, then he went to Panathinaikos, then he went back to AEK. Now, when you joined AEK as a player, I think Thomas Christensen was head coach.
Yeah.
Now, I know that Mr. ROCA and Mr. Christensen were together at Barcelona, I think, in the youth.
Yeah.
So there's that relationship. So I understand. So what was the relationship with Mr. CATALA, yourself, and Mr. ROCA to get you to AEK in the first place? Did you guys know each other before?
Yes. Before, yes. In one experience, in one time, I didn't have a team, and one association in Spain for the players did one training camp. Okay. And
Okay.
Xavi Roca
Okay.
and Thomas Christensen were the coaches in this training camp, and
Right.
I was as a player in this training
Okay.
camp.
So was it Mr. Rocker that found you at the camp, that saw you
Bravo,
at the camp?
bravo.
Okay. Okay. So
Yes,
then you
yes.
went to Ike. Okay. I understand. Because I know in football you have, and
Yes,
you
yes.
see it in Cyprus, you have one agent who
Yeah,
knows
yeah,
the
no,
club
no, no.
president.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But this is without agents, because before Xavi Roca was sport director of Sabadell, okay,
Yes.
and I was player in Lleida and was competing the same league, in the
League.
same
Okay.
competition, you know. So
Yes.
Xavi
Yes.
knew me.
Brilliant. Brilliant. That makes sense. So going back to when you were a player at AEK, that one season you finished third, I think, in the table. I think
No,
Apollon
second.
second.
Yeah,
Second.
yeah.
Then was it Apollon that
Apoel,
Apollon won the
Apoel was the championship,
Apoel?
Ike, and the third I think was Apollon.
Right. Okay. So when you were playing against the teams like APOEL or Omonia, because Omonia, that's my team, but before, back in, was it 2014, 2015, I think it was? This was before the
Was the season 14, 15. 14,
14,
15?
15.
No,
Yeah.
13, 13,
Was it
14,
13,
15.
14?
Yeah,
14,
14,
15, yeah.
14, 15.
14, 15.
yeah.
So I know Omonia had money problems. They weren't able to pay some players,
Mhm.
but Apoel were obviously up there, Apollon up there. You faced some very, very strong opponents in Cyprus. Can you remember the players? Because you were a midfielder, and Mr. CATALA was a central defender, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Who would you say were your most difficult opponents on the field? Players.
Yes, in Apoel, in the players, the names maybe I didn't remember. In Omonia was Roberto, the striker, was the I don't remember the name, the black guy, strong black guy. Then went to Turkish. I didn't remember. Guy, the striker.
Yeah. The name goes above my head now. It's got up my, because I remember one at the time we had Rusha, we had Skembri, we had Garcia, Ramos. Who else do we have? I can't remember who else we had. I'm gonna have to check this. I need to check this.
Was very strong. Maybe then he was playing in Apoel.
Well, it would have been players like Nuno Moraes.
Nuno Moraes, yes.
Yeah,
Nuno Moraes, the
in
central
midfield.
Carlao. Apoel was top team.
Mika Pote. Was it
Pote,
Pote?
bravo. Michael Pote, bravo.
Pote.
Yeah.
Because he played up front with Fofi, my friend Fofana, the striker. He also played there as well. Yeah. Makes sense now. Makes sense. So yeah, it was a very good era. It still is a good era for Cypriot football. But let's talk about the coaching. We mentioned AEK, or Thassos mentioned you coaching at AEK.
Mhm.
When you became AEK assistant coach, many players joined that summer. In fact, many players are still at the club now. So Mamas, Tomovic, Giusko, Faraj, Romo, many players. Now, I've said to Thassos this season, AEK have been very dangerous on the wings.
Yeah.
On the wings. Most of their goals cross into the box, and you have Romo, you have Triskovsky, or you have whoever scoring.
Rafa Lopez,
But
yes.
when you and Mr. CATALA were at AEK at the beginning, you won the first 3 games, I think. I think the first 3 games you won in a row. In fact, you were doing really, really well. But then it kind of went downhill after that. So where do you think the problems started? Because I said when you played Omonia in the 1-1 at the KAZB, the 1-1 draw, when I think Mama scored and then Babuli equalized. And I was saying to my friends, CATALA is a fantastic coach. I like the 4-3-3, the 4-2-3-1. Players like Ledes, fantastic footballer. Gus Ledes, fantastic. And the passing, it wasn't tiki-taka, but it was very entertaining. The fullbacks got forward, the right back, the left back, the wingers, the central midfielders. It was a brilliant team. But after the 1-1 draw against Omonia, it kind of, the form dipped. So can you tell us about the stages of the season? So the beginning, maybe where it went wrong?
Understand, yes. First of all, yes, I want to say that the last season in AEK was a new project, completely new. Was a new team, was 20 new players, and in this was very difficult to build up something important. And David, with his style, his philosophy, his mentality, his work, got something important. Yes, our first part of the league was amazing. With because we were on the top of the table. Then when we started January, yes, more or less January, we didn't have a good result, but the feelings of the team was not bad. I think that when I took out, we lost only in all the league five games, and was the only moment of the league that we lost 2 games in a row and then took out. I think that I can explain all the things, but you can evaluate the work of David in AEK because we stayed for a long time. We stayed 9 months during 9 months, and I think that the job that David did in AEK was amazing. Was amazing because that I as you said, the team was new, was completely new. Now in this season, the team is the same, plus 1 top goalkeeper, Pere Pons, Oyer, and Rafa Lopez, the main of the part of the team. And now it's more easy because the team is done. And if you see that how is playing AEK, okay, more or less it's similar. It's not the same, but it's similar. So for this reason, that David did in AEK, I think it's not because he's my friend, because it's my humility opinion, and I know how he's working and how he's training, how he's preparing the games, how he read the games. And for me, he's a top coach, and for sure he will be a good career as a coach. But okay, this moment that we passed bad moment or bad results in AEK was a lot of things. It's not only one reason that is not the results bad. But we were in semi-final for the cup in this moment, and
yeah,
we felt that we can reach something important in this season, because when I took out, it was only 7 games to finish the league and the cup.
Yeah, because you had MIKI'S in the semi-final.
Yes. And okay, was a tough moment, but we were proud of our job, and okay, the main protagonist is David, because was the head coach, and the head coach is the most important to put his style, and I think that the job was very difficult, but was good. I don't know if I explained well.
No, it's perfect. Miki, when you look at the season from August to February, they played 22 games. You only lost 3. Only lost 3 games.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I know there were many draws. There were a lot of draws. I get it.
Yes.
But
Yes.
you won 8 from the first 12 games. You know, you went into the championship, the second part of the season. Okay, I think, who did you play?
Was a big pity because yes, we were in the, I think, in a correct way, and I'm pretty sure that we should have won the cup or at least the target that the club contract us, that was the qualify for Europe.
Yeah, and they got into the Champions League qualifiers.
When you arrive in this moment was really tough, was really hard, but okay, this is the life, is experience, and keep going. No more.
What confused me was you finished the first half of the season, then you went into the championship section where it was just the 6 teams. You beat Anorthosis in the first game. Okay, you lost to APOEL and then Aris, and then that was it. And I said to myself, this coach, this team, this is AEK. It's not Apollon. It's not Omonia. It's not APOEL. AEK have never won the championship in Cyprus. They've won 2 cups and 1 Super Cup in their history since '96, whenever they were founded. And I was saying to myself, this is crazy. How are they sacking these 2 guys? Because the team's done so well. They're scoring goals. They're playing nice football.
Yeah.
I think, my personal opinion, Mr. CATALA, yourself, the coaching staff involved, I think they're too advanced for Cyprus. And by that, I mean, if you look at the coaches like Ferrara at Omonia now, if you look at Munoz at Anorthosis, they're new style coaches. But the ones that are doing well, like Henningberg and Milojevic at APOEL, they're very, I wouldn't say old school, but pragmatic. It's defend, score, and then keep it. Do you think that's one of the reasons why you guys, it ended badly at AEK?
I completely agree. Yes. No. I think that the David style is clear. That we want to attack. We want to protagonize with the ball. We want to create chances. We want to press high. Okay, this is the clear. But even this is not that is the defense is not important. Oh, David was a center back and I was a center back. The defense for us is very important, and I tell you that in the trainings are training a lot the defense part, and our numbers the last season, our numbers in defense, the goals that we concede was good, the numbers, but I agree with you that maybe other coaches are more pragmatic, are more I don't know the name, more simple, more, I don't know exactly the name. But I yes, it's true. But the last season in AEK, we had the good profiles to play like this, for this style, this philosophy, and we try to do that the team was competitive, and when the bad results was coming, we tried to change some things, some details, some game plans in the moment. But okay, finally, you can lose against APOEL in the minute 95 of the game, and we did a brilliant game against APOEL in Arena, and you lost the game in minute 95.
I remember. Yeah.
Then against Aris in Sirio Stadium, you did good game. For me, good game. Very good first half. But okay, the details finally was lost. But
Well, one more question I need to ask you about AEK. There's a player who joined the summer that you were there, Faraj. He, for me, he reminds me of Riyad Mahrez. Very similar, right foot, left foot, very tricky, can play on either wing. He's 23, 22, I think. Do you think that he will go on to a bigger club in Europe, maybe in La Liga or Serie A or anywhere?
Yes, Faraj Imad I think, is the player that he is improving more because when he arrived, okay, it was good, but not in this top level that he show now. But I think that he can improve more. He can improve more. If he improve more, of course, he can play in Europe, in other countries, or yes, in another level. But yes, his skills are amazing. It's amazing.
And which other young players? Sorry, you were saying? Sorry?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, so which other young players at AEK do you think can make the next level? Because we've seen Mamas come back to Cyprus. Do you see any other youngsters at AEK? Not just Cypriot, but maybe European players or foreign players?
For me, in AEK, the two young players that they have a good career is Rafa Mamas and Yorgos Naum.
Okay.
Both players, they have the good skills. They have the good behavior to professional to growing up to improve. And I think for Cyprus, for the national team, and even for the league, of course, they can play in a very good level. Both.
Brilliant. So I said before, I've only got one more question. Another one has just come to mind at AEK. The system that you guys played, can you just tell me the most effective system that it was? Because I saw sometimes a 4-1-4-1, sometimes I saw a 4-2-3-1. What was the main system that you guys played?
The system is okay. I don't like to say this is the system of David. No, because is in attack we were doing one system, in defense other system, in high press in other system. You know, yeah. So the system is flexible, is dynamic, is all the time change. Depends of the situation of the moment.
Okay.
As I said, if we go to high press, maybe the structure, the system is one. If we stay compact in medium or low block, is another. If we attack, it's not the same that we progress against two striker or three strikers or one striker. Maybe we can build up the situation with line of three, +2, +1 midfielder, or +2 midfielder, or we can progress with line of 4 +1 midfielder. It depends of the opponent, that the plan of the opponent, the plan, you know. So I don't like to. It's one system, no, because it's changing a lot. If dynamic is, you know, is the
no problem.
The game is the game position. Okay.
Yeah, makes sense. I was also going to ask, do you prefer zonal marking or man marking from corners? But we'll talk about that another time.
We can speak. I prefer zone marking, but
Yeah.
sometimes in some moments, maybe if you believe that it's better man to man, why not? But
Brilliant.
we work more in zone.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I think that's what we've seen in quite a few teams in Cyprus at the moment, but they don't seem to have figured out how to do it properly, because there seems to be a lot of goals at the moment where a corner comes in and the ball is cleared, and then the second ball always seems to end up in a goal, and it's because it seems to be that the players are kind of sticking into their zones and not moving forward or not chasing after the second ball once that comes back, once they've cleared it. But yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
Well, Miki, last night I noticed one thing, because I was watching Omonia against Apollon, and I noticed one thing that I haven't seen in Cypriot football for a long time. When Apollon had a corner, Omonia had one player on one post and another player on another post. I haven't seen that in a long time. So again, it was something,
Post.
one player on each post, yeah, from a corner. I haven't seen that in a long time, because there's a lot of focus on zonal marking, but there was a zonal. They had 3 or 4 players on the 6-yard box, but they had 2 players on the posts. So obviously defending has been, but let's not talk about Omonia. I don't want to talk about Omonia. They've annoyed me this season. They've annoyed me this season.
We can speak. I think that Omonia, the moment that Omonia is more or less like Apollon, that these clubs, I think, in my humility opinion, is need the good transition, But it's very difficult to make a good transition in all the clubs, because finally the football is like the life, is like the economy, are cycles, are cycles. Ammonia, we won 2 championship and then go out to the top 6. So, okay, you need this transition, but it's very difficult. And even now, Apollon now, okay, 10 years in a row, qualified to Europe. The last season won the championship, and the season not start well the things, okay, because maybe you need the transition, the cycle. Maybe you have to change, but this is very difficult. It's very easy to say make the good transition, but it's very difficult. Do it.
Yeah, 100%.
But 100%. I think is this.
Lovely. Thassos, do you want to go into the Apollon questions, my friend?
Yeah. I was so if we go right to the beginning, so the summer comes along, Zorniger has won the title with Apollon, and then there seems to be an issue with what was happening during the European campaign for Apollon. And also there seemed to be, there was rumours about players being unhappy with the coach, which led to his dismissal. So kind of how did you tackle that when you walked into the training ground at Apollon? How did you deal with kind of what had happened over the summer before you and David had joined the club?
Yes. Yes. For us, we was a surprise that the club thinking with David, change the coach, because okay, the coach won the championship. How is possible at the 10th of August change the coach? How is possible? No, okay.
But to be fair, Miki, they were lucky to win that title. Because they won many games.
Apollon was 10 games in a row that without win.
Lost.
Yeah. Lucky, of course, lucky. But finally, they won the title. So okay, but okay, there were many reasons that the club wanted to change, I want to say that we arrived in 11 of August in Apollon, and we knew that the context was very difficult, was very tough, but we cannot say no to Apollon, to train to Apollon. Okay, but when we arrived in 11 of August, we played. We were in the both competitions in Europe and the league. We played 2 games every week, and the first thing is that without precision, if you play every week 2 games, you didn't have time to work. You didn't have enough time to work well or work your model. Okay, this is one question that I want to say to you. The second question is that the precision that the Apollon did was not good, and then in the September we had 8 or 9 injuries, the muscle injuries that is not normal. In September had 8 or 9 players in the muscle problems is not normal. It's not normal.
Miki, sorry to interrupt, but you mentioned the muscular injuries.
Yeah.
Now, is that because of the previous training that they were given? Maybe it wasn't as intense or as I don't know, technical.
Because the precision was short, was only 4 weeks, and was not properly the work.
Right. Okay. So it's a shorter pre-season. So yeah,
it's not the fault the physical coach. No, it's the planification. The planification.
Okay.
Apollon must to start the precision early, more early, to work well, to work properly, to arrive as well as possible in the first league, in the first game of Europe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe if you started before, maybe in the September, you had not 8 or 9 players with problems, in the muscle problems, you know. But
because you had the qualify against Maccabi. It was Maccabi, wasn't it, in August, the beginning of August?
Yeah.
So you didn't really have much time to prepare when you first got the job, Mr. CATALA.
Yeah. No, then the Maccabi.
Yeah. You got the job, and then you had Maccabi not long after. It was 3 or 4 weeks, wasn't it? Or was it? Or did you go join after Maccabi? Was it after Maccabi you joined?
After Maccabi, yes, after Maccabi.
After Maccabi, so it was Olympiacos.
Our first game was against Olympiacos in GASIP.
Yeah.
But I want to say that then, even with this context, the results in the first part of the league was not bad. But to manage the both competition, the Europe and Championship, is very difficult. It's very difficult, and if you compare with AEK or with Omonia, more or less, we were with AEK, and the last three games that we had in Apollon. In the last 3 games, we received 3 penalties. One in the minute 95 against Olympiacos. That was one game that in the first half was over, because the first half was amazing. The second was against APOEL, that received the penalty in the minute 94. And the last game against Hermotisa in the first half. So the thing is that in the football you need this point of lucky, and we didn't have this point of lucky, because against Olympiacos and against KARAPATAKIS we deserve it to win the game, and against APOEL the more fair result was draw. We started very well the first, if you remember, the first 20 minutes, and before the fighting the fans. We start very well, and then when stopped the game was equal, was win the draw. But this point of lucky, you and when finish this, the against KARAPATAKIS, we finish the Europe, and we start to have time to start to train or to work normal, to win one game per week. Because in 3 months we had 4 or 5 training sessions that we had all the squad complete to work the David style or David model or David philosophy, and it was very difficult.
Yeah,
but like this, that the context, and to understand I want to say to you this, because to understand the situation, our context.
No, it's 100%, and I don't think it's a coincidence that most Cypriot clubs, when they are in European competition, their league form, it's hit very hard. Okay, AEK is the exception to the rule because they're joint top at the moment and they're in the Conference League, but I think they have a bigger squad than most clubs anyway, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. But
yeah, but Bike started more well when finished the Europe. When finished the Europe, win all the games.
Yeah.
So during the Europe, more or less, we were like us.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think we discussed that in quite a lot of detail. I think when we did the first This Is Mappa podcast for the season, is that we looked at kind of the form of teams, looking at the form of Apollon and AEK, and then we were saying that once European group stage is over, then we should see them both flying up the table. It's just that we haven't seen that yet with Apollon, whereas AEK have just gone.
Yeah. But Miki, when you guys had those European matches, what was the training session like the next day? Because I know that most clubs do like light training sessions after matches, so they don't get many muscular injuries or they don't overexert the players and put them in the red zone, as they say. Were you guys doing light training sessions after European games in preparation for the league games? Also, what about the tactical analysis of games? How do you do it when you've got a game on the Thursday or the Wednesday and then you're playing Sunday or Monday?
Yeah. First of all, is that that I said that you didn't have time to work well, because when you finish one game, then you have the players that play it recover session, and the other players compensatory. So split the group. Then more recovery, and then the minus one is for activation. You cannot work a lot, but that is important to have the good technical staff for work well, and in Apollon there are a analysis department that we had two persons in this department that they manage well the things for because you don't have time to work in the pitch, so you have to work in the video, But the analyst analyzed did this work.
Was it Luga? Was Luga there? Cialis?
Was George Leftiru and and the other was, I don't remember the name. Basilis. Basilis is the young. Basilis. Yes.
Okay. Lovely. I've got two questions regarding the European matches. You played Olympiacos at the Gazipi, 1-1, 1-1 at the in Greece. Olympiacos changed their head coach. They brought in Godberan, the Spanish guy. There you go. And I know a lot of Olympiacos fans even now believe this is one of the worst Olympiacos squads in the club's history, but it's another cycle. It was a difficult match for you guys, home and away. But the home game, first half, you guys were outstanding. You played them off the pitch, and then they equalized, and that kind of like a balloon, it popped you. But were you surprised with how well you guys competed against Olympiacos? That's the first question.
Yeah, I agree. We compete very well. Both games. I think that the result we deserve the result that we did. But yes, the first half in Gazipi was amazing. The energy, the power, all the things that we did was amazing. The second half, was more difficult, but it was a game that the players come from the bench, increase the level, played really well, and in away in Athens. We received the goal in the first or second minute, and the more easy was we cannot compete, we cannot fight, and the team, the players fighting until the end, and was amazing experience. And then the penalties we could not win, but we couldn't win, but was amazing. Both games. Yes.
Yep. And then you went into the Conference League. Was it? Conference? Was it Europa?
Yes, in group stage. We did 7 points.
Yep. You beat AZ Alkmaar. You beat AZ Alkmaar, and they were top of the Dutch league, I think. Were they top of the Eredivisie at the time? Alkmaar, when you beat the 1-0, were they top in?
Yeah. Now no, but yes. In this moment, yes. I think that we compete really well. I think that 7 points is not bad, but was a big pity in the first game. The first game against Vaduz in Liechtenstein that we draw 0-0. That we didn't a good game, but we had more chances to win the game. But this game, if we started with one win, maybe we can have more chances to qualify. But was difficult because Azeta is a top team of Europe, and Nipro in this moment is amazing. Is the leader, is top of the table in his league, and is amazing team. Amazing players, top players in all the lines. It's a very good squad.
They're playing Ajax next, aren't they? In the next round.
In the next round.
Again, yeah.
The Nipro can't leave Cyprus.
It's not the same team that Ajax played in the summer.
No.
It's completely different. It's different.
I mean, now that we're talking about the European competitions, kind of when you sat down and looked at that at the Conference League, was the aim there to get into the next round, or
Yeah.
was it more, or was it more kind of?
Yes, the expectation and the target of the club was clear. It was qualified to the next round. But okay, the reality, okay, with a Zeta, okay, it's very difficult. In one game, yes, we won one game, but in 6 games, it's difficult. But to compete, to face with against Nipro was very difficult. Was very difficult because it was very good squad as well. But yes, the aim or the target of the club was qualified.
Yeah, I think just before that Dnipro game as well, the second one.
Yeah,
Apollon had a very, very good chance to get through as well, because all 3 of the teams were on very, very similar points. So yeah, it was I can understand the disappointment of obviously getting to that point and then just not getting over the final hurdle.
Yeah, we lost this crucial game. 1-0 was, yes, 1-0. And the first half was not good. But the second half, the team changed a lot, and okay, we create some chances to at least draw the game. But okay, it's difficult to compete in Europe and to compete away.
No, of course. I mean, you see it in all leagues. Never mind just in Cyprus. That Europe takes a toll on a lot of squads. I mean, for instance, if we look in England, look at West Ham. Kind of their season's kind of a bit at the moment because of their European escapades, and it's all over the place. So it's completely understandable. And if we move away from the European side of things, there was something you mentioned there, just because of everything that kind of happens in the Cypriot leagues. Some things get forgotten. A week has gone. It means a year for us with how many things there are to discuss. But you mentioned the crowd trouble between Apollon and APOEL, where the fans got onto the pitch and decided to hit each other with advertising boards. Like when you see that on the touchline, kind of what goes through your head when you see that happen?
Mm-hmm.
No, like what were you thinking
What do you think?
at the time?
What do you think, Miki, when that happens? When you see these things and
I am sad. My family was in Spain, but this week that we played against APOEL, my wife and my son they come to Cyprus to visit me, and my wife and my son were there in the game, and when started the fighting, the supporters they went to home, and okay, sad, and I don't understand these behaviors, these I don't know, behaviors, mentalities. I don't know, but and I don't know who can stop these behaviors. But the federations, the clubs must be strong and cut these things because it's not good for the league, for the country, for the young people, for the kids to see these things. And the football of Cyprus, I love the football, the country. I love the power of the fans. But okay, you cannot pass this line. You cannot pass this line. You can shouting. You can speak that you want, but you cannot pass this line, and the clubs and the federation must be cut this thing.
Miki, you mentioned the fans and the power that they have. When you have gone from AEK to Apollon had just won the title. Obviously, the manager has gone and you guys have come in. What was the pressure like for you guys from the supporters, knowing that the guy that won the league has gone and you guys have come in to try and continue that success?
Yes, well, when you go to a big club like Apollon, you know that is a big club, is a big fans behind the team, and of course is the difference between AEK is big because the AEK fans are there, but less. But when we stayed in Apollon, all the fans, the behavior with us was all the time respect, and only can say that we appreciate a lot the supporter, we appreciate a lot the respect, and I know that it's difficult to understand that if the last season you won the championship and now the situation is like this, and I understand that it's difficult, but you have to understand that in the football you cannot win all the time, and as I said before, that is cycles, and be patient because needs time to change some things. Not only Apollon, Omonia, and Orthosis. These big clubs, AEL as well, but needs patience because it's only football. And
did they show you the video of COLL singing when they won the title?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's a bit loco, isn't he?
He's a fantastic guy. He's a good person, good guy, and ISRA speaks Greek very well, and this is more easy the connection is special between the Cyprus player and the fans, and was very nice. Yes.
Lovely. Well, I have some quick questions about the players, but I don't know, Thassos, if you want to ask anything before I get on.
Yeah, there was going to be a serious question about a couple of the players, because obviously this morning Apollon announced that they've released 3 players from their contracts early. Like it's just this morning. Yeah, it's Cabral, Ongenda, and the Georgian player that was on loan at ROCA. Those are 3 players that have been released. Now, there was some talk about Cabral and Ongenda having some disciplinary issues. Now, you can talk as much or as little as you want about that, because there might be some. So, like, how were these players obviously with you at the time? Did you notice any issues with those 2 players, or were there?
When we were in the team, we didn't have any issues, any problems, behavior problems with these players, but it's obviously that the profile of the players that are in the squad is not the right profile for our style. When we arrive in Apollon, the team was complete, was done, and for the style of David, okay, the ideal scenario, we need some different players, that different profiles, different skills, okay. But this is the truth. We didn't have problems or issues with these players or with another players. No.
So yeah, it looks like then in the end, it's like everybody's whispering about stuff, but nothing is true. It's kind of it's a Cyprus thing. It's definitely it's a thing in Cyprus. When there's a team that's underperforming, they try to find someone at fault, and they seem to be. There's a lot of people digging in places where there isn't necessarily anything to find. So that probably makes sense.
Miki, I know VAR joined from Buffalo. VAR, I forget what's his first name.
No, it's just VAR. Yeah, everywhere. Yeah.
VAR.
Felix Vladimir.
Yeah, that's right. But I remember he had some issues with Buffalo, and then he walked away. I don't want to play for you. And then the lawyers got involved, and all of a sudden he ends up at Apollon. Now, what can you tell us about this player? Because I remember him maybe 2 seasons ago at Buffalo. He was superb, absolutely brilliant. I was joking with Jason Punch, and I said he reminds me of Raheem Sterling. Very good player. But he hasn't done too much since going to Apollon. He came off the substitutes bench last night. Again, didn't have much of an impact. What can you tell us about this player? I like him. I think he's good.
Yeah. Me too. When we stayed in Apollon, he played a lot of minutes with us. Yes, he's a kind of player that we need. We need this kind of players. He's amazing player. These skills are amazing. Is winger. This kind of wingers in the modern football are missing. You know, is fast. Is very good 1-against-1. His personality to take the ball, to attack, is fast. Is very good. He's amazing. I like a lot, and of course David like a lot, and he played a lot of minutes with us.
And what about Pinaka, the lad that joined on loan from Olympiacos? He hasn't been playing much.
No. Yes. I think that he's a player that he need to play a lot of minutes. And he's young, and here in Apollon, the competence was very high, but the skills is another player that he has a good skills to play well and in a good level, but he need improve, and the only way to improve is to play minutes.
Yeah, because there's a lot of competition in the striker area. You got Dabo, Dingini, Hendy, Bita. It's very difficult for him to get into that that starting lineup. But I want to ask some fun questions, because we've been very serious. But let's have some fun questions. But before I do that, I want to ask you. You got KARAPATAKIS in this hand at AEK, and you got KIRZIS in this one. Now, what can you tell us about these characters? Because KARAPATAKIS quit AEK. He decided, I don't want to be here. Then he just changed his mind, and that was a big mess. But KIRZIS has always stayed at Apollon. What can you tell us about these two guys?
I can say only good things. Good things from the bottom of my head, because he's the president is in difficult positions, It's not easy. And in the context of AEK, Andros making the another level the club with his work, with his money. He build up the new stadium. They put the team in another level because now AEK is a big team, is a good budget for compete with against the big teams. And okay, this I think that now is Andros is 10 years in a row, I think, no, in Nike, or more or less 10 years or 11 years, and okay, only the how growing up the club and the team is amazing. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And now AEK is ready to compete and to fight for the championship. And is the grateful for Andros because he put his time, his work, his money. And Nikos, okay, we had less time to spend with Nikos, but all the situations that I met with him, very good, very good. Is more calm. He's another character. He's more calm, but he's a very good president, and I think that he did very well the things the last 10 years. But that I said this transition, this change of cycle is very difficult. It's very difficult.
Lovely, lovely. So I have some fun questions to ask you. When you look at all the players you have coached, yeah, who is the best singer? Cantando. Who's the best singer?
The best sing of Apollon.
Or AEK, one of the two. Which of the two squads?
Yeah, easy. Ángel García.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
He's
amazing. Yeah. Top.
Because when a new player joins a team, he gets in the canteen and they sing. Was he the best?
I'm a disaster singer. But Ángel is top, and Ángel and who more? I think Mikel González, Ángel, and the last season was Christian Joel, the goalkeeper. These two players had a group, musician group.
Really?
No. Yeah. And top. Very good. Yeah.
Like the Beatles.
Yeah. And Ángel was the singer. Mikel, what is the guitar? Guitar, yes. And Christian Joel as well, guitar. Yes.
Oh, wow. See?
Yeah.
No one knows this. Okay. So which player had the best fashion? Moda. Which one wore the best clothes?
The best clothes of Apollon or I,
yeah.
I can say Dabo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. So we did the singing, we did the fashion, but now baila, the dancing. Who's the best dancer?
The dancing. The dancing.
These are supposed to be the easy questions. You're struggling more with these ones.
Some situations. Maybe last season. Maybe last season was Milicevic. Millie.
Really?
Yeah, Millie. Good dancing. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But it's good coordination.
Okay.
My friend, yes.
Brilliant,
have a
brilliant.
good relationship with him. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Good guy.
What about pranks? Do you know what a prank is when they make a joke, comica, doing something funny?
Yes, jokes.
Yeah. Who's the funniest?
Who's the funniest? ISRA COLL. ISRA COLL is very funny. Yes, funny. Yes.
I had the feeling.
Yes.
Feeling.
Good guy.
Okay. One more question. Who made the best food? Who was the best chef? Which
The
of the
best
players? Yeah.
The best chef, Mikel Gonzalez. Mikel Gonzalez. He did a good barbecues. Yes, barbecues.
Okay.
And barbecues are important in Cyprus, so
They're very important.
Yeah.
Very important. And when you went shopping in Cyprus, Miki, when you went shopping, did you go to the malls? Did you go to Alpha Mega? Did you go to? They call them bakali. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a little shop, little corner shop where they sell vegetables and fruits. A little tiny shop. Which shops did you go to?
I went a few times in the supermarket because we eat in the club.
Mm-hmm.
Or a few times in the supermarket. A few times.
Okay. And which beach is the best in Cyprus? Which beach do you think? You've got Ladies Mile, Kourion, Coral Bay, the beaches.
The beach.
Yeah.
The beach. A lot of beaches. I like. Yes, in Protaras, Nisi Beach. Yes, in the Protaras area is nice. It's really nice. The beach there.
Was that your favorite one though, Nisi? Your favorite? Is that your favorite one?
Yeah, Nisi Beach. The other it was Nisi Beach. Yes.
Because in Limassol there's Ladies Mile and there's Kourion, which is a little bit outside.
Beach. Yes, and Governor's Beach.
Governor's Beach.
Yeah, Governor's Beach as well. Yes.
So you know the island very well.
Of course, yes. We spent a lot of time in the club, in AEK and Apollon, of course. But okay, when we had some time to spend, yes, we were alone without families, David and me. So both go to to discover the country, but yes, it's really nice. It's really nice the island. Yeah.
Lovely. Well, Miki, thank you so much for your time. We've done 1 hour and nearly 30 minutes. Thank you so much. It's been amazing talking to you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I hope you guys are going to find a coaching role soon, because you're brilliant coaches. You've done very, very well in a short period of time in Cyprus. And I think that yourself and Mr. CATALA, you set the foundations for this AEK team, which is doing very well right now. And I don't think they'd be there without, obviously, you guys and your hard work and your efforts. So I'm sure the AEK fans appreciate what you've done for the club. And again, from us, thank you for joining us. Thassos, have you got any other questions, anything else to say?
I mean, I was going to say, what does the future hold for Miki Massana?
Oh, the future is I am a teacher. I am a teacher, and my future as a coach. I want to share my career with David, because I think that is a top coach, and I am learning every day and every time that I can stay with him. And I would like to continue my career with him, but in this world, you never know that can happen. So now, okay, we are looking for the next challenge. We are working hard in our homes to continue improve our model, to follow properly the Cyprus League. We saw we watched every game of the league, and that's it. We'll see the next days, the next month, if can happen something or no. If not, I can come back to the school to make it as a teacher, and when I started as a coach, in the mornings I work in the school, and in the afternoons go to coaching. Both things, maybe in the futures. Okay, we'll see. But I would like to continue with a bit, of course. Yes.
Well, we hope you find another coaching role soon, because you guys, as I said, very, very good coaches, and Cyprus needs progressive coaches that know football. But again, Miki, thank you so much for your time. Thassos, thank you very much. Miki, Feliz Navidad. Have a great Christmas.
Thank you for your work, for your words, for your time. I appreciate a lot. And I hope I want to wish to you a Merry Christmas and the best wishes for all.
Gracias, hermano. Thank you very much.
Thank
This
you.
has been Miki Massana. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back very, very soon. In fact, we're back in a couple of days to do our review of the Cypriot games. And maybe Miki can join us to talk about some Cypriot games, and we send the highlights and we talk about the tactics and everything. So that's it again, boys and girls. Thank you very much.